Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Jared Goff, the Lions continue to be rolling. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. Not only is it a great, cheap way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So if you enjoy the way that I talk and teach ball, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. Hop over there, join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Jared Goff, the Lions continue rolling. First play of the game, though, double post over. We just don't give the over any time. Now, I'm never mad about getting my boy Laporta some touches, some points, if you know what you know. But right here, we got to hit this over. I mean, look at the over. There's no one around him by 10 yards. I think Goff probably just has to move a little bit right here off the launch point, and he ends up being just a little bit off as far as what they're trying to do. So to me here, this is inside post, outside post, catch middle field closed. You're going to get these guys running, carrying the verticals of these posts. We're going to get the over coming across, and Goff just never gives it a chance because this is wide ass open. I'll write it on here for y'all. And we got to be able to hit that and see that. And again, I acknowledge the fact that he gets to the top of this thing, post play action, moves a little, and then I think he just sees Laporta chip and flash in his face. But this thing is coming wide open for a big chunk. And, you know, it's nice when these are the big mistakes. You know, we're not turning the ball over. We're not missing terrible throws. We're just not quite seeing it right out the gate. And you can see this thing come open. Double post. The over is going to be a big hit. Massive hit. I love 14 looking around like, what? Why didn't he throw me the ball? Come on, dog. I mean, it is never going to be cleaner than that. And maybe Bosa impacts him a little bit on the right edge. But, man, that's a throw we can see and hit all day, every day. We got to hit that. Next one here, big chunk right down the middle of the field. Catch split field coverage. Certainly a bust on the back end for the Chargers. Goff does a great job seeing it. Don't miss a layup. Big chunk. I mean, this thing is easy early on in this game. Again, you can see Goff here keep a great base. Be able to look to the right, no, back all the way across. And again, that is wide open. All sorts of space there against the Chargers on the back end. So what's going on here coverage-wise? The reason I'm saying that it is a bust is because the number 3 here is the guy who runs through, we'll call the pipe or the post. Usually, when you're in any iteration of 3x1, so 3 eligibles down here, 1 eligible up top, not counting the back, I usually say this weak side safety is where the key is for a lot of different read coverages. You can also tell usually, especially in 3x1 open. So this is 3x1 open, meaning that there's no inline tight end attached. So it's a little bit different on the back end coverage wise. But almost always here, if you see the safety to the strong side, the 3 side and 3x1, if he is outside the number 3 and really close to being outside the number 2 eventually at the snap here, someone at the second level of this defense almost universally will carry the vertical of that number 3, meaning that they will turn and run with him. Because you can't be, if you're playing safety here, you can't be outside the number 2 and expect to do any sort of coverage damage on the number 3, especially if that weak side safety is not poaching over here. So, I mean, again, they're just confused on the back end. That doesn't impact anything with Jared Goff, though. He has a great base, great vision. I mean, again, that's way too much space. You can see the linebacker down here on the number 2 and the corner down here. They're matching, right? That's tight coverage or tightish coverage down here at the corner. And that safety up top is playing the 1 in the back up top. So we're getting no help on the vertical on number 3. Somebody's in the wrong, either pre-snap alignment or busted coverage. Jared Goff sees it and makes him pay. And again, that's way too much space for that guy. I love the base that Goff is playing with. Boom, no panic. They're in drop 8. So you only have 3 people rushing. No Bosa. Right on him. Beautiful. Big chunk. Let's go. Next one here, touchdown pass. Love the design here. You know, Not a whole lot you can say for Jared Goff for catching the snap, throwing a perimeter screen, a little quicker now screen, smoke screen. Love my guy Laporta getting out on the edge, leading the way. So design-wise here, you can see Laporta, we're bringing him in. He's actually going to overlap and then kind of lead the way. So nice job blocking on the perimeter. Get out there, bulldoze somebody, race to the pylon. Really nice design. So again here, when I'm talking about nice design, we go from this kind of 3x1. So have the tight end out here. He's going to come in here. We're going to take that quick snap or smoke, quick now, whatever you want to call it. That's the screen. We're then going to lead out and block MDM, and then we're going to overlap. So then he's essentially the escort to the pylon. And again, you love having the big guy there to go block the corner, just gobble him up. Great athlete in space, nice blocking out there as well. Take some interesting angles for the Chargers, and that thing is an easy touchdown. So you can see the kind of underlying design element that the offense coordinators bring into the table here. Goff executing it. Some really nice perimeter blocks, and that's an easy touchdown pass. Next one here, I really like this throw from Jared Goff. This is an RPO for me. We're going to hit the new number 1 down here on a back shoulder fade. To me, this is a perfect throw. It's just a drop. So again, I think it's worth pointing out, even when you look at the stats and see 23 for 33 for 333 and 2 touchdowns, you know, we're leaving plays like this out on the field too. That is a beautiful throw. That is a dot of a back shoulder. We got to be able to catch that. I'm not saying it's an easy catch, but we can make that play because I love the design here. So when I'm talking about love the design, the first thing to mention is, what is this play? Okay, this play to me is an RPO, and really there are layers to it. So the first thing here is we are going to motion the tight end down. Now I'm going to call this zone insert. You know, you call it whatever you want. It looks like we get a little crossed up here up front with the center. Looks like we get a little backer stunt. The center kind of gets collisioned here as these two try to work up here. We get cross face and there's a collision in the back end. But there's essentially, we'll call it just a run, okay, to keep it simple. So that's the run element of it. The pass element of it is the access route to start. So a little bubble up here, if we caught cloud or like the numbers. So this bubble is the access part of it. So that is a pre-snap. Okay, the post-snap element of it is going to be right here on what I'm going to call this little inside fade. And again, you catch one-on-one down here to the bottom. You catch this extra defender right here. I'll clean this up. Catch this extra defender coming into the box here. Just do a quick count. 4 down, 2 linebackers already. That makes 3 second level defenders. We've only got 6 in the run blocking unit, right? We bring the tight end in. That's 1, 5, 6. We got to be able to throw it. So this back shoulder right here is a great answer. So you've got the bubble, the back shoulder vertical. I wouldn't be mad at a glance either, but that's just me. So you've got the vertical element of the passing game, vertical, right? You've got the horizontal stretch of the access throw, and then you've got the actual downhill run element. So they're defending all those areas of the field, not just in the flats, not just in between the numbers, everywhere. And right here, this is a great job from Goff, putting it right on the money. Just can't hook it up. Again, I love the base that he's playing with. Check out his footwork. No heel click. Decisive. All his cleats in the ground. Strike. Everything except the catch. My guy Jeff Blake. Can hear it in my ear. Can't catch it for him, JT. Boop. Next one here. First play of the second quarter. We're going to throw a speed out down here to the bottom to the number 1. The throw is just a little bit behind him. And that's the difference between second and goal from the 1 and a touchdown pass. Because this is dialed up. Great rhythm to it. The ball just comes out a little bit inside. Now, it's one of those things where, you know, might not be my favorite way to throw a speed out. Not that they asked me, but spray and then right there. Now, the throw here is just a tick on the back hip, and it's living dangerously because it's not terrible coverage. So this has got the opportunity, if it's a really bad throw, to be pick 6 the other way. It's not. It's just not a perfect throw. You know, a perfect throw, he probably catches that and hits the pylon. That's the difference with it. And if it wasn't there on the backside, we're going shallow and we're coming across. So you can see how it would develop here, and the backside shallow would be a big hit. And this would probably be a big hit too with a little play action. I don't think the play action here necessarily makes this an easier throw. So when you do whatever this is, just being able to hit your back foot and ready to throw, the little action, you might be like, hey man, that it really is nothing. Well, you're throwing a speed out to the field with anticipation. You can see he lets that thing go right there. We're lowercase a, and it's just a tick behind him, slows him down. If it's a perfect throw, it's a touchdown. And that's the difference. Now, the bummer part about this is I don't think they even score here. They end up going for it and not getting it. We love the base here. Again, just that little play fake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tight hitch reset. A little bit behind. Nothing. Here's that fourth down from the same series. We're going to go power pass up top, trying to get the ball into the flat. It's not there. We've got probably a blown assignment by the left guard here. Can't have a free runner through the B gap ever on a pass play. Just full whiff. The only thing I would say, and again, this is the type of stuff that really, really pisses me off. I think it pisses off coaches as well, but it's fourth down. Don't throw it away, dog. I mean, throwaways on fourth down are just kind of like, wait, what? Like, I know nobody wants to throw interceptions, but what are we doing? For who, for what there, right? So what this play is for me normally is we're going to try to come out here and someone's going to bluff the edge and then we're going to get into the flat. And that's where really the ball is trying to go. It's almost always paired with someone to the corner, someone running across, someone running across this way. And when it's not there, it turns into just like a scramble drill. Now, again, this is not easy and not acceptable by the left guard to just get gapped at the line of scrimmage and have him right in the face of our quarterback on fourth down, okay? So I'm not saying it's just Jared Goff's fault here. And I'm not really saying that there's anywhere to go with the ball. But man, you can't throw it away on fourth down, right? I mean, what am I missing? This is one of those plays you would expect from a younger guy. Just give us a chance. You got to give us a chance somewhere. And again, the left guard. That's not how we do it, guy. That's just nothing about that is going to work. So yeah, you got to make a play. We got to give somebody a chance on fourth down. Next one here. I thought this was a little bit of a funky play. It ends up being a big completion to the number 2 down here to the bottom on what I'm going to call like an over or a crosser. Now the throw is not great. I don't think it comes out necessarily on time. And it's just hard to make sense of what exactly he's looking at. If he had to do this over again, I think that there are a lot of good options. I think he finds a good option, but it's late and it doesn't turn into the play it should be. So what is this play? I'm going to say that the number 1 up top here is running a big post. I'm going to pair it with an over right here by the number 2. And then the number 3 down here is going to run an in. So off of this structure, I would say universal football would say, hey, what is this safety doing in split field coverage? So if this safety hangs at all, it's a really good opportunity for a post. And I think you could make the argument that you could throw that, especially if you held on to it like he held on to it. If you think this safety is getting depth, so getting out of there like that, then you almost immediately get to the crosser to the end. So it's, and really everyone is open here. It's just one of those things where, hey, throw this on time. Hey, throw this on time. Hey, throw this on time. Don't wait for whatever reason for us to now run across and now we got to kind of throw a sinker and we don't get as big of a play as we should. So for whatever reason, just not quite seeing the middle of the field great so far in this game. So again, even though it works to closed, that safety up top, you're looking at that safety, he's going to get depth. And as soon as he gets depth like that, I'm going to say hit the crosser. But he definitely settles as well. So you can see him kind of like settle right there. So you could throw the post. It's one of those like unique bastard looks where it looks like it's going to get split field coverage. That player rotates to the middle. Does he get depth? Put it on the over. Does he kind of hang in purgatory? Throw a post on the back line. You got multiple options there. What you don't want to do is kind of hang. And then, thankfully he's got great pass protection, hangs on it, and eventually the guy continues to get a completion running all the way across the field. Just one of those plays where, for whatever reason, early in this game, we weren't quite seeing the middle of the field like you would think we would. And again, watch his helmet stripe. He's looking right down the middle of the field. He's thinking post to the left right there. Post, nope. Over, yes. No, yeah, yes. Next one here, 2nd and 11. This is a really nice throw to the number 2 up top on what I'm going to call like a kind of a tight seam. I think Goff does a great job with his eyes here. Watch him hold that inside backer. Hold, almost look off. Not almost, he does look off. Watch him look his helmet to the right. Look to the right. His feet are lined up to the left though. Snap back. Great base. Rip it right in front of that safety. There's a lot of trust going on between he and St. Brown. So this play here, it's the release that makes it for me with the wide receiver. So we're going to come up here. That's a big linebacker. Gap him. Not gap him, but beat him. And then cross face here. Now you have to beat the safety with the timing of this. And Goff wants to beat this player with his eyes. So at the top of this thing, he hits the back of his drop. He is looking. He's got his feet lined up this way, but he's eyeballing this way. And then he comes back and absolutely rips this thing in here. I think he does a nice job showcasing some of the arm talent. Can spin it in these intermediate throws. So little veteran savvy. Eye and shoulder F. Come back, rip that thing right in front of the safety. Really nice job. Love just this little helmet, shoulder manipulation with his feet lined up though. His feet never move. It's not a full body thing. Just that little head and shoulder. Boop. Got him. Big time throw. Halftime. You dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me personally, so thank you for doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, support the channel, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep, deep dives on my favorite football topics. We have courses on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is how to beat every coverage. We even have an entire offensive system available for you, so hop over there and enroll in the courses. The link is in the video description. We also have a bunch of free resources available. All those are also linked in the video description. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, really nice play action, deep out up top. Again, playing with great base, great timing, nice rhythm, driving the ball outside the numbers, driving the ball down the field. Just a great job here. You can see the offensive architecture of the motion, the play action, blocking them up. Great job up front. It's a laser of a throw. This to me is that kind of what I'm used to calling a deep out. Some people might call it a circus, first free access, up, and then like that flat rolled out at 15. So it takes some time. You got to be able to spin it back here, especially off play action. Now it's not playing with a whole lot of A here, but you don't really have to. You've got that free access up top, great pass protection. Well, again, you can see him separate. He's playing with a little bit of A right there. Ripping it, again, really nice throw on the sideline, big chunk. Love those types of play action chunks, especially when you're running it well. Great pass protection. Look at the pass protection. Pretty sweet that you're asking a rookie tight end to block a Bosa one-on-one. Laser. Big chunk. Let's go. Next one here, 3rd and 3. We're going to get a kind of a combo of combinations here. In the end, to me, this is just shallow cross. Now, they pair it with a rail, so it has kind of some overlap to a lot of mesh concepts. But this is a great job from Goff, probably anticipating man, getting zone, working the deep hook. Look at him hang back there on his back foot. No panic, no unnecessary movement. Just hanging in the pocket, driving the ball down the field on 3rd down. Just playing NFL quarterback right here. So concept-wise, what's going on? To me, when I say shallow cross, I mean that someone is running a deep hook. So we're going to get what I'm going to call this deep hook right over the ball. It's going to be paired with someone on the other side running a shallow. So versus zone, you can settle up outside the opposite tackle box. In man, you keep running. Okay? And when I say it's paired with a mesh-ish concept, it's going to be paired here with what looks like a rail, or what I used to call a bullet. And so if it was man, you would read this thing 1, really 1 back here, 1B down the field, 2 right here on that shallow running away, to 3. Versus zone, these things aren't quite as good. Maybe you get the settle up shallow, but this deep hook is really the answer you're hoping for. So right here, they catch zone, and you can see that deep hook work open over the ball. So rail, shallow, deep hook. And again, a lot of coaches will say, if you can count to 3, you can play for me right here. Rail, shallow, deep hook. 1, 2, 3, first down. Let's go. Just an awesome job here of Goff navigating, looking left to right, anticipating, do I have the rail? Do I have the shallow? Here comes the deep hook. Look at all his cleats in the ground, right down the hash, vroom, away from the near defender. On the body on the break, first down. Next one here, 3rd and 2. We're going to hit what I'm going to call is a stumble post down here to the bottom. It might be an in. 3rd and short. They're essentially going 0. They're not anywhere close to getting home with any sort of pressure. The Lions have multiple big plays available here. This is just the Chargers getting exposed on the back end. Goff doing a great job being lined up, giving a nice throw right on the money, get some yak. But man, there's a lot of space out there, especially when the guy you're throwing it to is stumbling. Now, I also want to say that putting a DB from this kind of depth in essentially 0 on 14 up, and he definitely stumbles. Whether this is supposed to be an in or a drift post, it really doesn't matter. If you were to work up top, the number 2 on a big post is a big play as well. I mean, it's just really, really putting your back end exposed here on a number of different layers. When you turn on the film and you see this much space, this many opportunities, especially in 0, I mean, there's no safety, right? Down here, big play. Up top, big play opportunity. I mean, it's way too much space. But great job from Goff here. You can see him lined up to his left. Outstanding base, great vision, taking advantage of what the defense is doing, playing with some anticipation, no panic, great pass protection. This offense is locked in. Again, just a subtle, you can see him kind of drop with that shuffle, but he's lined up to the left, right? That's lined up to the left. And again, the throw is right on the money. Turns into punt return right. Big chunk on 3rd and 2. Next one here, another touchdown pass. Another kind of off a quick screen down here to the bottom. Now, this is a beautiful design, kind of made to look like power. Again, no idea what they're doing on defense. They're playing 0, but they're not pressuring. This is screen all the way. The Lions obviously had a beat on what they were doing in the red area with some of these screen calls. These are way too easy. I mean, getting multiple touchdowns off screens, really quick perimeter screens. So here's that one-step smoke. And again, just look at the coverage structure here. There's nobody back there. This is 0. And the reason you want, you hear me say all the time, like first level of a defense, second level of a defense, third level of a defense, is because if one level misses, you have the next level to hopefully make the tackle. If 2 levels miss, safeties are called safeties for a reason. They're the safety valve. They're the last thing we got back there. When you play with no one back there, if you get everybody blocked up, so quick little screen, and then we are MDM. We've got all these guys coming out. We're pulling the left guard. He's making it look like power. We got the tight end making it look like power. The back is making it look like power. Everybody else here is coming out. We're trying to get peelers. We're coming out. I mean, it's just the full convoy here. This is way too easy. And for this to be the second type of perimeter screen, the scores in the red zone, I mean, that, it's almost like there's a vibe of want to on that side of the ball for the Chargers, because that is underwhelming. That is way too easy. And again, I love the call. Watch the offensive lineman, watch the left tackle, the center, the right guard go, right tackle, get out there. I mean, you're not even blocking anybody, but you can see the bones, the structure of how that thing's played out. Really nice blocks, walk in, too easy. Another touchdown pass, this one, 3rd and 1. I love this call. We're going to hit the inline tight end, 89. I wish it was 87. But right there, that is a beautiful throw. This thing is gorgeous from the back here. Right over the linebacker's hands. Again, no safety back there, 3rd and 1. Sell out to stop the run. I mean, that is perfect, right? All his cleats in the ground. Great touch. Nice catch, big, big play. That is awesome. And again, there's, I feel like it's the tight ends get a little extra love with the Lions, rightfully so, with Dan calling the shots. But man, it's a beautiful play. Sell out, nice fake. See that second level of the defense? Watch them all step up. Whoop. Go right by him. I mean, they had a beat going on some of these play calls. It's outstanding. Just a great job of calling plays, of executing at a high level. And watch 89 here sneak through, and then just a beautiful touch throw for a touchdown. That's awesome from Goff. Next one here, 1st and 10. We're going to hit the shallow, starting from the bottom all the way across. This is just dagger, and the shallow just pops. And this is punt return left. Oh my goodness. Now, what is happening on the back end again for the Chargers? No idea. They're bringing the nickel or the star from the left. He's never going to get home from that kind of depth. Look at the space out there. Oh my God. Way too easy. And again, what they're doing defensively here is, when I say we're going to run the shallow from here, we're in a condensed split. We're coming across. Okay? Nothing special about this play right here. To me, this is just dagger like that. What's special is how big this thing pops on the shallow. And the reason it pops is because we are pressuring from depth. So we're head up over the number 2 in a normal slot split. And we are going to blitz from there. So not only are we not getting home, but we're vacating this area. So it's just a kind of combination of errors, and it's a perfect play call. And I think Goff just sees it. Like, it just pops into his vision. You're not calling this to throw a shallow. But when the shallow pops like this, you're like, yes, please. Thank you. Again, I mean, he throws this thing before the dagger up top is even close to coming out of his break. And it's going to be there too. I mean, the in is there. But the shallow is so open, it just pops on him. It's kind of like the first play, except better, of this video. Now it really is wide open. We get a huge chunk. And again, just the Chargers getting absolutely exposed on the back end. Just got to be brutal. Boom. Nice vision. Great throw. Don't miss a layup. Big chunk. Let's go. Next one here, 3rd and 14. We're going to throw an out to the slot up top. Just an absolute beautiful throw. I know it doesn't necessarily get the first down in the completion, but this throw from Goff, he has played this play so many times. Most people in the West Coast world would refer to this as drive out or drive zebra out. Watch him be lined up to the left. When I think of this play, I think of the kind of shootout game, Rams, Chiefs, a long time ago. I think it was a Monday Night Football. I think I actually did a video on this play. Both teams ran it a number of times. For me here, this play, the bones of this play are the drive concept on the back with the basic. Okay, usually the basic goes first as kind of a rub, and then that drive comes off underneath it. And it's paired here with this out. And so you kind of read that out first. This is usually a must outside release go. Some teams put a post on it for a quarters alert, and you really just kind of let everything go left to right here. So 1, 2, 3. And the other element that I really like about it, well, 2 things. I talked about the rub here. So usually the basic goes first, and then the drive, ways a lot of teams do it is with motion here. The drive goes second, so you get a rub. Then the other part about it is the check down. When you run a check burst, so you come out and then have it built in this way, everybody is going away, right? So you've got the basic, you've got the drive, and then the back comes out for almost like a glorified screen. It's been a staple play in the league forever. Goff has run it forever. He executes it perfectly right here on 3rd and forever. Look at him lined up to the left. See how he gets that like 3-step shuffle, but lined up to the left, all his cleats in the ground. Driving that ball outside the numbers. Beautiful. Just a great concept, really good call. Looks so comfortable, smooth, confident, aggressive. Love the play calling, the layering of what they do. Didn't even talk about the run game or the performances up front, but man, dominant all over the place. So that is a wrap. Jared Goff, nice win for the Lions on the road versus the Chargers. We'll talk a little bit about the Chargers at the end, but Jared Goff looking calm, confident, polished, just playing his absolute best football. Fun to see. Now, is it perfect? No. I think that there were some things where we maybe missed over the middle of the field, but for the most part, you got to love the play calling. You got to love the design. You got to love the aggressiveness. You've got to love the layers of their offense. And of course, who doesn't love getting multiple screen touchdowns going in the same game? That being said, the Chargers, the back end, way too much space. Way too many opportunities for guys to get exposed with almost little to no pressure on the quarterback. Now, I get it. Detroit is very good up front, but exposing your guys on the back end, not getting anywhere close to the quarterback is a recipe for disaster. The Lions, nothing taken away from them at all. They are rolling. Fun to see what it will look like as we get closer and closer to playoff football. As for this video, thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.